Good afternoon, everyone. It's a little bit before noon here on Friday, the 12th of May. Mark's been reading through God Does Not Love Everyone, but He Does Love His Elect from Everlasting to Everlasting. If anybody is interested in reading this book and getting a copy of this book, it's 350 pages. I have it in a PDF file. If you'll go to my website, larrywphillips.com, go to our contact section, send me an email and request the book. I'll send it to you at no charge. Today, he's ready for chapter 22, which is entitled, Today I Must Abide at Thy House.
Chapter, Verticals, God is not the one that He does love, like one of them. Chapter 22, Today I Must Abide at Thy House. The account of Zacchaeus in the New Testament shows new birds of something that comes all those chosen for the foundation will be revealed to God's children. Jesus entered the pass through Jericho, and behold, there was a man named Zacchaeus, which was the chief among publicans. He was rich. And he sought to see Jesus, who he was, and could not for the press because he was little stature. And he ran before and clamored to take more tree to see him. For he was to pass that way. When Jesus came to the place, he looked up and saw him and said to him, Zacchaeus, make haste and come down. Today I must abide at the house. And he made haste and came down and received him joyfully. When they saw it, they all murmured, saying that he was going to be guest of the man in the center. And Zacchaeus stood and said to the Lord, Behold, Lord, on behalf of my goods I give the poor. If I have taken anything from any man by false accusation, I restore him fourfold. And Jesus said unto him, This day is salvation come to this house, for so much as he also the son of Abraham, for the Son of Man is come to seek and save that which is lost. Luke 19, 1-10, but in contrast, Jesus says it will happen to those who are his enemies and with the response to Christ, and Christ's response to him. Those my enemies which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me. And he beheld them and said, What is this? Then it is written, The stone which those rejected stands to come to have the corner. Whosoever shall fall upon that stone shall be broken, but on whomsoever it shall fall, it will grind him to powder. And the chief priests and the scribes the same hour sought to lay hands on him, and they feared the people, for they perceived they had spoken this parable against them, and they watched him and sent for spies, which feigned themselves just men they might take hold of his words, that they so might deliver him unto the power and authority of the governor. He said unto them, How say that Christ is David's son? David himself saith in the book of Psalms, The Lord said unto my Lord, Sit thou on my right hand till I make thine enemies thy footstool. David therefore called him Lord. How is he then his son? Then in the audience of all the people, he said unto his disciples, Beware of the scribes which desire to walk in white robes, and love greetings of markets, the highest seats and synagogues, and chief rooms of feasts. Just devour widows' houses, and for a show make long prayers. The same shall receive greater damnation. Luke 19:27, 20:17, 20-42, 47. God down through history, beginning with Satan himself, has created principalities as well as the men and women who have been vessels for destruction. The chief priests and scribes thought how they might kill him, for they feared the people. They entered Satan into Judas, surnamed Iscariot, beat the number of the 12. He went his way, communing with the chief priests and captains, thinking he might betray him unto them. And they were glad and coming to give him money. And he promised to sought opportunity to betray him unto them. The absent from multitude, Luke 22:26. One of the most striking examples of the Bible, the chief is the thief being born again while hanging on the cross, and Christ's response to him. One of the malefactors were hanged railed on him, saying, If thou be Christ, save thyself with us. But the other answering would be to the saying, Dost not thou fear God? See, thou art in the same condemnation. We indeed justly, for we receive the due reward of our deeds. But this man hath done nothing amiss. And he said unto Jesus, Lord, remember thee when thou comest in thy kingdom. Jesus said to them, Verily I say to thee, today thou shalt be with me in paradise. So the one half remain in sins, while the other thief will receive to make effectual call. Christ with 23:39-43.
Oh. Okay, thank you, Mark. Tomorrow we will continue on in chapter 23, 3, which is entitled, My Sheep Hear My Voice. You all have a good weekend. God bless.